Hi, I'm Bill Ritchie, and I make mini Halfwood presses, and I test every mini Halfwood that I make. This is number 54. A mini Halfwood comes ready to go out of the box. Everything I need to do the test is in here and on my inking table. So I'm going to move the press over to the table, and I'll start working. The Halfwood press comes with a shipping board, and it actually works like a little workbench, but it might slide around. If it does, I have a recommendation, and that is to use this sticky mat that you can buy in a kitchen supply or some hardware stores. That will keep it from slipping around. But I usually take it off the shipping board by taking out these thumb screws from the base. There's one on each end. And move the box and take off the board. Then you can work on that sticky mat, or you can get a smaller one so you don't have such a big mat. And that will keep it from moving around when you're turning the press. Inside the box, I have the blanket, comes with the press, and postcard, user's manual, and the test plates. But before I get started, I'm going to double check to make sure that the wheel is tight. There is a set screw located on the hub of the wheel, and I'll make sure that that is tight by turning it clockwise. It is tight. Good. This is the test plate that I'll be using. I have paper I prepared ahead of time in a sandwich bag. It's Fabriano etching paper, and I dipped it in water, and it's been soaking for about 3 or 4 hours in a plastic bag. You get 2 test plates with the press. One is already etched with my artist trading card series, an edition of 49 plates this year, and you get a blank plate. So we're going to interrupt the video, and I'm going to ink up the plate, get it all ready to print, because you don't need to watch that. You can watch that on other DVD or videos that I put online. That should do it. The etching is wiped or inked with black ink, and all wiped. I've finished it with a hand wipe, and so it's ready to go. Now I'll continue setting up the press for the test. The first thing to do, that's what safety stops are for. The 2 safety stops on the end of the bed in case you lose control of the press. The first thing to do is to set up the blankets that come with the press. There's a sizing catcher and a roller or pusher blanket. They're also called felts, etching felts. The pressure setting is important. What I usually do is to crank it all the way down till it touches the bed, till the top roller touches the bed. And the idea from here on out is to keep them level, to keep them even, keep the rollers even with each other and level with the bed. Then after I've cranked it all the way down to the bed, I roll it back out. By counting the turns, I can keep them level. After about 6 or 8 half turns, the blankets will fit under the press bed just fine. Then I crank it back down until I judge by feel that the pressure is sufficient. Now, to back up the levelness of the rollers, there are 2 roller rulers on each side, the left side and the right side. And these are etched with numbers and marks so that you can line up the top of the pressure block with the mark on the roller ruler on both sides, and you can see that they're even. The only way to judge the pressure is by trial and error, really, and after a while, it's second nature. Now I'm ready to print. I like to warm my plate before I print on a little hot plate that I have here. Not so hot that you'll burn yourself with it. Not so hot that you'll bake in the ink. Just warm enough to soften the ink, make it printable. I have my paper underneath the ink slab. As I said, it's soaked for a minute in water, and then I just kept it in the plastic bag so that it would be ready to print, nice and soft. A little shiny, actually, so I better blot it off with it. Some newsprint. Too much water. No shine. That's perfect. Now the plate goes on the bed. The plate is 2.5 inches wide. That's the official trading card size. And the bed is 6 inches wide on a mini Halfwood press. You feel the resistance to the press when you start. And I'm going to back off because it doesn't feel tight enough. Oops, wrong way. Clockwise tightens it. That feels a little better. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to turn the press around so that you can watch the pulling of the proof. One more little thing is the moment number. The moment the print was made. I have a system that I use. I put down the date, which is the year 2010, the month, which is 03, and I believe it's the 9th, and the time is 15:54. That's the moment number. That's in lieu of edition numbers, trial proofs, and the like. There's the first trial proof, the test print, which shows that the press works. It's my practice to send this print and this plate, along with the rest of the paraphernalia in the little box, to the new owner, and if they wish, they can try to duplicate the process. But that concludes the test. I'm Bill Ritchie, and I thank you for watching